For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Let that settle in just for a second. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. We're talking about a man here. Jacob says, I ain't letting go till you bless me. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. I ain't letting go until you bless me. Why? Because I got the blessing in here. You spoke it once and I'm taking it now. Like you've met me again and I want it all. I just don't want food and clothes. I want all that you have for me. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he what you think you are. Like I'm just being for real. What do you think you are? What are you holding yourself to? What standards? What do you identify yourself as? Is it what God says you are? Is it what he identifies you as? Or is it what you think you are? Or someone else says you are? Or your mom and your daddy says you are? Or your friends and family think you are? Or is it what God says? Because when you own what God says, the game changes. Like, do you view yourself when you see yourself in the mirror as chosen? As a royal priesthood? As the head and not the tail? As wonderfully and fearfully made? Do you understand that God dances over you, that he delights in you, that you are the apple of his eye? When you raise your head, you see a king or a queen looking back at you in the mirror. Like, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Who are you? I'm asking you, like, who are you? Because if you don't believe who God says you are, you diminishing it. You lowering the expectations. You settling for food and clothes when God has got a nation to build out of you. Don't you understand? God met Jacob, a heel grabber. He says, you ain't no longer that son. You Israel. You a wrestler. You a contender. You a fighter with God. You are an overcomer. And I'm building a nation out of you. And don't you understand? God said, I will never leave you until I finish. And to this day, our God has not left this Israel. He is still building it and growing it. How do I know this? Because he has grafted me into it through the blood of Jesus. I am part of this lineage. I am part of this promise. I am part of this family by faith. And there's countless millions like me across this globe. And we are all the family of God through faith in Jesus. Don't you understand? Your God ain't finished with the promise he gave to our patriarch Israel. Why? Because Israel finally came to a place in his heart where he believed God. 20 years it took him, but 20 years God knew he'd need him. And he'd be able to bestow his blessing upon this man. He couldn't do it with the boy that left. The man that returned, he could fully satisfy. And that's what I want to encourage you with tonight. Like, as you think in your heart, so are you.